Searching for freedom. Searching live with Tao. Searching for freedom. I have heard. I have heard a story about an old doctor. One day, his assistant phoned him because he was in a great difficulty. His patient was choking himself to death. The billiard ball was stuck in his throat. Billiard ball was stuck in his throat, and the assistant was at a loss for what to do. So he called the old doctor. What am I supposed to do now? The old doctor said. The old doctor said, what he said? He said, tickle the patient with a feather. The billiard ball was stuck in his throat, and the assistant did not know what to do. So the old doctor, who he phoned, said, tickle the patient with a feather. And after a few minutes, the assistant phoned him back again, very happy and jubilant, and said, your treatment proved wonderful. The patient started laughing and he spat the ball out. But tell me, from where did you learn this remarkable technique? This is not a medical technique. Your treatment proved wonderful. The patient started laughing and he spat the ball out. But tell me, I'm surprised. I'm anxious to know, from where did you learn this remarkable technique? The old doctor said, I just made it up. I just made it up. This has always been my motto when you don't know what to do. When you do not know what to do, do something. When you don't know what to do, then do something. But this will not do as far as meditation is concerned. If you don't know what to do, don't do anything, because mind is very intricate, complex, and delicate. If you don't know what to do, it is better not to do anything. If you don't know what to do, then not to do anything, because mind is complex, and whatsoever you do without knowing is going to create more complexities than it can solve. It may even prove fatal. It may even prove suicidal. If you don't know anything about the mind, and really you don't know anything about it, mind is just a word. You don't know the complexity of it, complexity of this word that mind is. Mind is most complex thing in existence. There is nothing comparable to it, and it is most delicate at the same time. It is complex, yet most delicate. You can destroy it. You can do something which cannot then be undone. So you have to be very careful with it, cautious with it. You can destroy it, you can do something which cannot be undone. These techniques are based on a deep understanding, deep knowledge, on a very deep encounter with human mind. So at times, out of deep trust, when a master, when an awakened one tells something to another seeker, it is out of deep understanding of human mind, on a deep encounter with the human mind. And when you, at the request of the awakened one, of your beloved master, overflow something, it is his trust that is overflowing through you, because he knows that you can handle and take care of this situation. And it is because you have a deep understanding and encounter with the human mind. You understand its delicacy and you know how to overflow, what to say. It is a technique, just like the doctor. Just like the doctor, the old doctor who told his assistant to tickle the patient with a feather. What you do, what you have done in situations like this is tickling the patient, one who is encountering this problem, with a feather. It is a technique that is made up by you. And the awakened one, the master, knows that you can do it. So remember this, don't do anything on your own, and do not mix two techniques, because their functioning is different. Their ways are different, their bases are different, they lead to the same end, but as means they are totally different. There are different paths to the place where you are going to attend the concert, or where you are going to be a singer or a performer in the concert. There are many routes, they all lead to that. You choose one path and follow it. But if you change the path midway or halfway, then you will create problems. You may not reach in time. So the different paths are like different techniques, because their functioning is the same, they are reaching the same destination, but through different routes. They lead to the same end, but as means they are totally different, and they can delay the process. Sometimes they may even be diametrically opposite. So don't mix two techniques. Really don't mix anything. Use the technique as it is given. You are given a path, you know this road will lead you to the destination, and your travel app tells you that the amount of time it will take. So do not change, do not improve it, because you cannot improve upon it. And any change you bring to it will prove to be fatal. Any technique. And before you start doing a technique or assisting or giving a guidance to someone, be fully alert that you have understood it. You have understood the human mechanism, the mechanism of the mind, and you have understood it completely. If you feel confused and you do not know really what the technique, what the way that you are going to approach this, it is better not to do it. When you are asked to do it, it is the trust that you can do it better. Because each technique is to bring about a revolution in you. So these techniques are not evolutionary, instead they bring a revolution. When something like this, you speak to someone, understanding the complexity and the delicateness of the human mind, and you are very clear of the path, then it will create a revolution. Then it will not be evolutionary. By evolution, I mean that if you do not do anything and just go on living, in millions of years, the meditation will happen automatically to you. This is evolution, the process. That's why it is said the life evolved. If nothing is done over the period of time, if you do not do anything and just go on living, in millions of years, the meditation will happen automatically to you. In millions of lives, you will evolve. It may take a long process. In the natural course of time, you will come to the point to which a Buddha comes through a revolution. So these talks, messages are revolutionary in nature. They hit someone so hard that a process of revolution begins. These techniques, or any technique that an awakened one uses, is revolutionary. It hits you first, hits you hard, and then creates grooves into you, and a revolution starts within. Really, they are shortcuts. They are not natural. Nature will lead you to Buddhahood, to enlightenment, and you will come to it one day. But then it is up to the nature. You cannot do anything about it except just go on living in misery. It will take a very long time, really millions of years and millions of lives. Look at your life. You have allowed at times things to happen naturally, and the outcome was misery. The moment you decided that you are not going to let the things happen this way, you have to stand up and girdle up your loin. Then the result is in front of you. Religion and the process of transformation is revolutionary. It gives you a technique. The message comes like a technique, which can shorten the lengthy process. What you have done, what as an awakened one you do, it will simply shorten the lengthy process. You may have to suffer for long, but that has been shortened, and with which you can take a jump which will avoid millions of lives. So your message is like that will shorten the process of the misery that one has to go through and will take a much longer time. In a single moment, you can travel millions of years. In a single message, in a single word, you can travel millions of years. So it is dangerous. And unless you understand the nature, the complexity of the human mind and its delicateness, unless you know it, don't do it. Don't mix anything on your own. Don't change unless you are asked to do. First, try to understand the technique absolutely and rightly. When you have understood it, then try it. And don't use the old doctor's motto that when you don't know what to do something. So you have experimented this with you in your life. That's why you were asked to use that. No, don't do anything. Non-doing will be more beneficial to you than any doing. This is so because mind is so delicate that if you do something wrongly, it is very difficult to undo then. Very difficult to undo then. That's why when you are dealing with the seekers and their problems, you have to understand the complexity of the mind and its delicateness. So we have to speak in such a manner. There is a wisdom. There is wisdom served on the platter of compassion. Wisdom served on the platter of compassion. Then it is easy to do something. Remember this ever. When you are given an opportunity to help someone in the process of transformation, enough for now.